Hi, I'm Rachel Gray. Welcome to my cooking channel. I love Chinese food, but where I live, there isn't really a great place to get it. So today I'm going to show you one of my favorites. It's Szechuan shrimp. This is a lightly battered shrimp in a sweet and spicy sauce. It doesn't really take a lot of time to put together, but it does take a little preparation. So let me show you how I make it. Let's go over the ingredients we'll need to make the Szechuan shrimp. First, we need 2 pounds of shrimp. You can also use chicken if you would prefer. This sauce goes beautifully with chicken or shrimp. For our marinade, we'll need 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 2 teaspoons of mirin. You can find this in the Asian section. 2 teaspoons of soy sauce. For our aromatics, we're going to use 2 teaspoons of ginger, 2 teaspoons of garlic, 4 sliced green onions, and 1/4 teaspoon of red pepper flakes. And you can add more if you want more heat. For our sauce, we'll need 1/2 cup of sugar, 1/4 cup of the mirin, 3 tablespoons of soy sauce, 2 tablespoons of rice vinegar, and 1/2 cup of ketchup. We'll also need some cornstarch, some vegetable oil, and some rice. So let me show you how we put this together. Cover and refrigerate the shrimp for at least 30 minutes. While my shrimp is marinating, it's a perfect time to make some rice. I like jasmine rice. I just use 1 cup of rice, 1.5 cups of water. Most rice is 2 to 1, but it just depends on the rice. So just make sure you look at the package for the direction. I turn on the heat, I add a little salt. Once the rice starts to boil, I'll turn the heat down to low and cover it, and then time it for 20 minutes. Cut my onions on an angle, that way they come out really slanted and beautiful. We're gonna need 2 teaspoons of fresh ginger, and I do like the frozen kind because it's very convenient, but there's something to be said about fresh. So you just buy the knob like this, just break one off. You don't want to use your knife but if you use the back of your knife, you can just scrape the skin right off. Another thing that works well is a spoon. Once I get all the skin off, then I'm just gonna use my sharp knife and I'm just gonna chop it like this, straight down, right through the fibers until I have what I need. 2 teaspoons. And then I'm just gonna chop it up. Chop it one way and then I kind of turn it and I chop it the other way. And I like to chop it nice and fine because ginger has quite a punch to it if it's not. Once I have the initial chop done, then I'll just run through and chop it up a little bit more. Once my ginger's chopped, I can just freeze this and the rest of it, or use it in something else right away. And then I'll just take my ginger and I'll put it right on top of my green onions. These are my aromatics and they smell amazing already. Next, I need 2 teaspoons of fresh garlic. That's about 2 large cloves. I just give these a crack, take the paper right off. Just gonna put these into my garlic press and add them to my other aromatics. And the last thing we need is 1/4 teaspoon of red pepper flakes. And you could add more if you like it hotter. And now that we have our aromatics all finished, we'll just set those aside. For the sauce, for the shrimp, we're going to combine our sugar, ketchup, mirin, rice vinegar, and soy sauce. Just gonna mix that together and set it aside. Now that we have all the ingredients assembled and the shrimp has had a time to marinate, it's time to put it all together. I've got about 1/2 cup of cornstarch into this pie plate, and I'm just gonna take my shrimp and just, with a slotted spoon, put them into the cornstarch. And I have just enough oil to cover the bottom of my pan. And I'm gonna turn that heat on medium-high heat. And then I'm just gonna take each shrimp and kind of just dredge it in the cornstarch. Just lightly, it doesn't need to be a thick coating. Once my shrimp are coated, and my oil's hot, I'm just gonna go ahead and drop them into the oil. And I'm not gonna put them in all at once, I'm just gonna go ahead and fry them in batches. Shrimp cook fairly quickly, so as you can see, they're going to curl up and they're gonna turn pink. And I'm just gonna go ahead and turn them over once they're pink and curled. Once they're cooked, you're gonna be able to see down the middle that there's no more gray in them. Then I know they're done. I'm just gonna take them out and put them into a bowl. And continue to fry the next ones until I'm all the way done. Once my shrimp are all finished, I'm gonna take my paper towel and I'm just gonna mop up some of this oil. I'm gonna take all but just like a teeny tiny little bit. Then I'm going to add my aromatics. Then I'm going to add my sauce. It's gonna tighten up a little bit, and then I'm gonna add my shrimp back in, and it will tighten up even more because of the cornstarch. And it's all done. I'm just gonna turn it off and pour it back into my serving dish. Once I have my shrimp in the serving dish, I'm gonna take those little slanted green onions that I did before, and I'm just gonna sprinkle them on the top, just for a little pop of fresh color. And I'll serve it with the white rice that we made earlier. So if you're like me and Chinese food isn't easy to come by where you live, this shrimp is perfect. It's sweet, it's spicy, got that beautiful, fresh, lemony ginger taste with the garlic and the scallions. You're really gonna like it. You can find this recipe and over 200 other recipes on my blog, cookingwithrachel101.com. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Let me know how you like this recipe by leaving me a comment in the comments below. And don't forget to check out my other YouTube videos. Thanks for watching.